Hello everybody, this is going to be my video showing my final e-bike build. It's fully done, got all the wires done, the battery done, the bike done, and I'm going to show you each of the parts before I assemble the final masterpiece. First off, I'm going to show you the bike. So the bike, I don't know, from last video I think I had said that I was putting on the new wheel. So I got that done, got the new wheel on. I got new brake pads as well. They're really nice and very quiet and offer a lot of stopping force. So I got 4 of those, put them on front and back. Still have the front light up there. And I also got this cat-eye speedometer, which shows my speed at the top. Shows time if you ever want to time anything. Shows total distance, your average speed, your max speed, all the good stuff. But I just reset it, so I've already logged in some miles on it. I think about 15 miles so far. So I reset it now that I have everything in working order. I also put on the new brakes, and they also have an additional wire, which is this guy, which runs all the way down with all the other electronics, from even the throttle control and power on off. All these wires go down the frame and up into the back bag. Let me get around the other side. And I put a little, like a heat shield around all the wires that are going into the bag to try to consolidate them and, still leave room for a little bit of air intake into the hole. And yeah, here's all the wires. I'm going to show you how I wire them a little bit later. And this is also where the battery is going to go and the motor control. The back wheel is installed, as well as the back rack, as you can tell. And putting the back rack on this frame right here was especially difficult, because I had to take out the back wheel and put this on, then put it on the frame, and it was just a mess. But we got it done, and if anyone wants to try to steal this, they're going to have a hell of a time. Sorry about that, I had an interruption. Also, I put on this rear view light right here. It's just as bright as the front. That's about all the modifications to the actual bike itself. Of course, you got the back wheel. Back rack is, I had to kind of jury rig this connection right here so it doesn't slide back and forth this way. And now I guess I can show you the battery. Now, this battery probably is what took the most amount of time to do. There's a total of 7 times 12, so 84 total batteries. They are 18650 lithium ion batteries with a max voltage of 3.7 to 4.2 volts, and they're supposedly 5,000 milliamp hours or 5 amp hours. I'll try to show you how I did the wiring. This right here is the negative terminal of the battery, and this really long one with the safety cover is the positive, because yeah, that's the dangerous side. So I have 12 different series of the batteries, and each series has 7 in parallel, so that's 7 this way and then 12 this way. And the way the power flows is basically, it kind of does like an S shape. So it'll come in this way, down, up, down, because the copper wires on top that connect them are these U shapes. So that's how that's done. And as far as charging it goes, these are all the charging wires. It's kind of a mess, but it works. And you know, I put heat shrink wrap on these wires, so there's no like copper wire exposed, as opposed to, you know, on here. So the way this works is, well, these work with the charger, which is right here. It's this IMAX B6. I don't think it's like a legit version. I think it's kind of a copied version from Taiwan or Japan or somewhere. But it still works, and so far I've had no problems with it. I had to buy an adapter for it too, but overall I think it was only about 25 bucks, so not too bad. But anyways, this thing, it can charge up to 6 cells in series, which is, you know, half of this battery, so it can charge half of the battery at a time, and it only takes about 2 hours per half. Of course, I'm doing a slow charge because I want the batteries to last a long time. It could do more, but I don't want to risk it. But anyways, how this works is, alright, so these two wires, there's two big wires that come out of the battery pack at the end of 6 consecutive series. So, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This comes out, and these are the two main positive and negative leads, which you plug in over here. And in addition, instead of just charging them that way, to ensure that all the cells are, you know, balanced and all, I have these right here, which is 7 separate wires. I don't know the exact name of this kind of connection, but it has 7 different wires, you know, one for each row and then one for the end. So what this does is it basically plugs into this IMAX over here to this bottom white connection, and when you charge them in series, it'll automatically balance while it's charging, so they all charge at the same rate, which helps with battery life according to what I've seen on the internet. So I have 2 sets. I've labeled them A and B, and I've, you know, used this styrofoam to make sure that these 2 wires never touch, because otherwise it'd short circuit, and this is really dense styrofoam, you know, they can't really move out of there. That's pretty much it for the battery. I'm gonna, motor control. This is the motor control right here, which, you know, controls how much current the electric bike is going to draw. And I've kind of like used a really flat light piece of wood and spray painted it black just to make it look nice, and covered the bottom in some of Mom's tablecloth, which, sorry by the way, I cut it out and did it so there'd be no chance of short circuiting, because I used some bolts to strap on this so it won't move. It's solid, one solid object. So basically these 2 connect to the battery, and you know, these terminals, you know, they connect on like that. And these 3 right here, these 3 wires are, they go to the motor. So I think there's probably a positive and negative, or I'm not sure exactly how that works yet. I haven't looked into it too much. I just know there are 3 wires. Yeah, these 3 wires connect into them, and it's all color coded, so it's pretty simple. Just plug those in, and this right here goes to the throttle control. So, you know, the thing on the handlebars where I can control how much throttle and turn it on and off. That connects to that. I have 2 different brake inputs, and these 2 brake inputs, basically what they allow it to do is, when I have the brakes applied, I can't just gas it and give it, or not gas it, but juice it and give it throttle, because that'd be kind of bad to have the brakes on and giving the throttle, or inputting the throttle, excuse me. Yep, that's pretty much it. I'll cut this video here and then resume when I have it all put together in the back. Final product, I'll have the lights on and try to go for a little spin. Alright, so here it is, all put together. Got the front light on, the back light on, and the battery is safely inside. And thankfully it's not raining. No, I love that backlight though. But here's the battery. Let me show you what it looks like. So, got everything wired up, all the wires connected, positive negative leads secured. There's a big spark when I put the positive one in. And yeah, the battery's still safe under here. This thing also acts kind of like a water guard, which is nice. All the charging wires are in the side pouch over here, so I can just charge it straight from this pack, and I don't have to take the battery out, which is going to be really nice. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to try to go for a spin here. I'll just zip this back up. Oh, there we go. I couldn't do that one-handed. So let's give it a go. Yeah, I'm doing this barefoot too, by the way. Okay, so we have about half charge. So it should still have a good bit of torque. Give me a second. Alright. Right now I'm pedaling. I'm going to give it juice once I get to a straightaway, because riding one-handed kind of sucks. Alright, here we go. I'm going to slow down up here at this curve and then just give her some juice, see how fast we can get on half charge. Alright, so we're going to slow down to about 4 miles an hour, 3.5, and here we go. A big bump, had to turn the camera off. Almost busted. So yeah, it's pretty quick. I was kind of scared to go any faster because the roads are so wet right now. But yeah, it's pretty sweet. Turn around, go back home. It's hard driving one-handed. There's so much extra weight in the back, it's kind of different than what I'm used to. Nice little ride. Just cruising around. I need to put some blinkers on here. Turn signal. Alright, hang on a sec. Here we go, we're back home. That torque. Yeah, so that was a pretty good trip on a very wet road. Let's see how far we went. Probably not too far, just around the neighborhood. Yeah, just 0.6 miles, basically. So, not too shabby. It's a nice little bike. Glad I spent the time, and it was really fun building it. I want to give a big thanks to my dad, because he helped me out a lot. And, oh wow, it just started raining. Lucky. But yeah, thanks to my dad, because he let me use all his tools and gave me some good advice. So, really appreciate it. I'll definitely let you ride this some. But yeah, that's basically the e-bike, and if you have any questions or anything, feel free to ask, and I'll be glad to help in case you want to build your own. Alright, that's all for now.